What's up, Collective Kingdom? King, GOC, joined by a quarter
Kings.
and they are. So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Oh, it's your boy. What's good?
I'm Raining.
Yo, this is Ezreal X.
And we are going to do a simple Yap Fest for you today. We're discussing who are the new big three for the new gen anime. And my first thought is that we can't say the new big three because the big three are only ever going to be the big three.
So,
We, you got to give it a different name. It's not important. I just wanted to say that.
I could respect that. I mean, I feel like the big three concept is literally just like it's just like almost like top sports play or top teams or anything like that. It's like what's the most relevant going on current today. You know what I mean? That's just my thought on it, at least though.
Fair. It's always felt like the big three meant like the anime that put anime on the map.
do you think there's
I
been
can
an
argue that.
do you think there's been a renaissance or a resurgence or even a big another popular wave of anime like there was during the early 2000s that the big three was established? That's the first question.
I wouldn't say to the same scale, but definitely it's similar.
I'd argue is honestly like three times as big, personally, from what I've seen. I mean, we got pop stars, like terrible pop stars like Meg Thee Stallion, cosplaying and really trying to push the agenda for anime to be on the forefront of things. And it's become a lot more normalized as when the big three was coming out earlier, it really wasn't what am I trying to say? It wasn't like it was extremely popular, and that's because it was for a certain demographic in North America. Now it's part of pop culture. Prior, it was more of a niche thing that was just high quality for the type of people that are in this call right now. Probably the type of people watching this video. You feel me?
Right, right. I would argue it was like the original big three because anime has always been a thing in Japan. It's just their animation, and so like when Dragon Ball Z came out, that got so big in their country that it expanded their culture outward into the world. It's like usually America is the big uh what's it influence
Determining
on the world
factor.
with culture, but anime like influences everybody else the opposite way, and that didn't happen with this new renaissance of anime. It's just more big pop culture.
So honestly, what do you think, Brandon, from your personal
I mean,
experience?
I think every generation will have whatever they consider their big three. Like before, before it was Naruto, uh, before Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, they had like collectible Sailor, uh, Dragon Ball Z, like the third, kind of like the grandfather. And then now we have Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. And I think that the newer big three really became at one point Dragon or not Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and My Hero. And I feel like AOT kind of got pushed out for Jujutsu Kaisen as the
Yeah,
years went on.
yeah, I was
Uh,
literally just about to ask that because when we talk about the big three, I don't necessarily think of it in terms of the three most popular shows. I think about it in terms of the three that have synergy, that have like broken a gateway for a new wave of people to enter into the genre itself. For instance, I wouldn't consider Dragon Ball Z or Attack on Titan part of the big three, and this is just my opinion, obviously. But like, if you ask me, bro, my version is definitely Demon Slayer, JJK, and I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say My Hero because that's accurate. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, and I think that also is the three. So like Demon Slayer, My Hero, and Jujutsu Kaisen, they are like the newest anime that have the big shiny effects. You know what I mean? I feel like the animation has gotten so much better than it has been in the past that like these three really stand out in that fashion. So like a lot of people are, and they're just kind of easy to digest. I mean, go watch My Hero, and I personally have a lot of problems with it. Like, but it's easy to just sit down and watch. It's not like it's something overcomplicated. There's not like a bunch of jumping timeline stuff
Shit, so shit.
I agree with that because JJK was going to make my final list, but my only reason I didn't put it on there is it's really good. The animation's fantastic and the story is immaculate. But my only thing with it is they finished it technically, even with the new series. And then the other thing was it's way too complicated and kind of confusing, which I feel like if we're going off of like a shonen, if we're going off of shonen like viewers or people that tend to view shonen, I feel like they're not going to want to keep up or maybe understand. Not hating, I'm sure a lot of them could, but I just think JJK is kind of complicated in understanding some of the techniques and concepts that they bring in.
I could say the same about Bleach, though.
Not really.
You're not wrong, but I feel like it was pretty straightforward. Oh, each sword has a specific ability, whereas some of these dudes are like, you can fit so many frames and things into certain. No spoilers, my bad if that was spoilers for anyone, but regardless. Point being is it gets to a certain point where I'm like, man, trying to follow up with some of these concepts is really difficult. Whereas even in Bleach, they'll talk about it for 20 minutes. Like, hey, my blade does this. And it's really straightforward for someone who doesn't have the attention span to understand what's actually happening.
Yeah, I think that's one thing new gen anime kind of does that old gen anime didn't do a lot. Old gen anime does a lot of explaining. It does a lot of hand holding to the point to make sure you get it. Jujutsu Kaisen specifically is like, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And you just got to catch it.
And even it's like if you even like reading the manga at times, it's like, gee, I really got to reread this a couple of times just to know that I'm following properly. And and that's honestly kind of why I was curious about the whole shonen seinen thing, because I know shonen's really kind of focused on a younger audience, whereas seinen's supposed to be directed to an older audience. And I feel like in the early thousands or late 90s, with a lot of the anime that was considered the big three, they didn't have to worry about being that deep about it. It was really just like, here's the story, here's the show, here's what we're giving you, and you take it. Whereas now I feel like it's kind of been more focused towards an older audience, where, don't get me wrong, younger audiences still are very high, but it's hard for me to imagine that someone's following JJK. I don't know if kids really should be watching JJK. Not hating either way, just a lot of really graphic stuff on there. I can only imagine how certain parents would feel. But past that, I'm trying to imagine a 5-year-old understand Nayuta's ability. You know what I mean? For me, that's just kind of, it's hard to grasp.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I don't know. I just feel like shonen in general, I think it's supposed to originally be focused towards a younger demographic that can actually follow what's happening in the story.
So technically it is 12 to 24, but
okay, I never knew what the age range was.
No, you're good, bro. And then anything above that will be seinen. But I get where you're coming from, but I don't know, bro. Sounds like a skill issue. Nigga, JJK easy as fuck for me to understand personally.
The thing I would disagree with is these aren't the shonen isn't a hard this audience type of thing. If you watch Naruto, there's a lot of concepts you can miss watching it at 10 or 12 that are super obvious. They're not hard to catch,
No, yeah,
and
then it's like Disney.
Something like Hunter x Hunter, and that one's gonna be it's gonna sit there and explain to you for 20 minutes what's going on because it's very complicated. So I don't think shonen caters much to low attention spans. I think guys just like to watch stuff get hit. And if animation can make it look cooler, then we'll just watch that. I mean, look at Solo Leveling. It doesn't have to be anything but a cool fight.
Shit ain't even good to me personally.
I couldn't disagree more. I'll give you. I don't enjoy the anime much, but I listened to the audiobook, the web novel, when it before it was an anime, and it's basically the same thing, just a few more details. But it feels a lot better to read.
Nah, I feel you. Well, we all gave our big three. What's yours, bro?
So my big three that I think brought in the most eyes to anime for the newer gens gotta be Attack on Titan, gotta be Demon Slayer, and I want to say My Hero, but I think just for the Netflix spot alone, I think Baki might have more normie eyes on it because Baki is a big load of nonsense in the best way.
Not shonen though. That is seinen. But
I wasn't thinking shonen.
Okay.
For my big three.
So it's not definitive to that, is what you're saying?
I didn't think it should be. I came with a few different. I have two lists.
It should. Well, let's
Yeah,
get into it,
I
bro.
made this myself.
What'd you say, boy?
Oh, I was just saying I actually had two different lists myself, just because I don't know. I feel like there's two different like answers that you could probably give to this.
My second list was the anime I wish everybody loved, like my favorite three. What was your second list?
So my first list was essentially a list that does encapsulate some of the original big three, but I feel like actually fits like all of the main criteria. Because like I'm looking at like the big three meaning, just even off of like googling it, and I mean the first they gave four options, but what is it? The titles, the era, the characteristics, and then the cultural impact, and then dominance and longevity are like the big points for it. So I kind of kept with if we're allowing the original big three that, and then I had a list that's completely original that I think would fit all of those particular points.
Yeah, go on, bro. Go
Still
off.
being written. Okay, well, I mean, if we're including original big three, I had One Piece, just because, I mean, it's still going. I feel like any audience could still follow it, and it's still being written. My Hero, I know My Hero technically finished its original point, but I know they also came out with an after the original series, so I kind of went with that, and I do think it's pretty. Huh?
I think it's a spin-off. Like I don't think it follows any of the main characters.
Vigilante shit. Yeah, that is a spinoff, but I mean that's low key the same as
Fire Force almost.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, that's kind of how I looked at it because it's the same universe as how I and you know people that
Yeah.
if they were impacted by the original, they're definitely going to watch the new stuff. That's just how I looked at
Until
it.
his Naruto.
You know what I mean? And then JJK was on that list just because I do feel now technically I guess it can't count because it's already done and the new series is done, but I do think it was pretty influential. So just to kind of hold to that point. But if we're going off of a complete original list, believe it or not, I had Pokemon.
Yo,
Pokemon is an elite poll.
So no, but here's my thing. It's still they still come out with content regularly. Well, maybe not regularly, but they come out with new stuff.
They do.
And they do come out with new, I mean, into the universe.
movies.
It does hold to the shonen. You know what I mean? And I just feel like everybody, I don't care who you are, everybody, if not knows about Pokemon, will have either watched it or played it.
One of the biggest
I'm like-
franchises in the world that touches multiple ages. You talking about cultural impact for real though?
And
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you're
saying? So like that was like my first thought was I'm like I feel like Pokemon should be on that list. It may
Ain't
not
even
be
gonna argue
like,
that.
it's just it may not be like watching Dragon Ball, but I feel like you're still getting what you want from it while you're watching it. That's just like that was my one thought. And then I put My Hero just because I hate to admit it personally because I can't stand watching it, but bro, it's everyone. It's in the conversation constantly. I feel like everyone that I know, like at least even on an older scale or like more adult scale, they tend to watch it and have a lot of strong opinions about it. And I think it does give people a new idea of like what to expect moving forward. So that was why I had that on there. And then I put JoJo's on there, not realizing it's seinen. So, you know, I personally feel like JoJo should be on that list.
You said that too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I can't
bro,
tell if JoJo's has a massive following that's not loud or if they just have a really strong following.
You
I
think?
feel like it's yes.
I would say strong. I don't think it's like huge.
It has a I feel like it has a really strong following with those who watch it. Like if you like it, you're into it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I will say I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it as much as they probably want to because I think they all think the same thing. But I've talked to a
Heterosexual.
lot of
I'm just joking. I'm joking. My bad. I'm gonna shut up.
I don't even know. But
Shit.
what was it? I've talked to a lot of different people from a lot of different demographics, and if they haven't heard of JoJo's, they've seen it a little bit. They just hadn't had enough formulation of an opinion on it. But it's still being written, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Aren't they in JoJo Lands or something right now?
Yeah, that's part 9. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's still being written. And then on top of that, what was it? I mean, there's a lot to like about it. There's a deep lore. There's a lot of really cool graphics and visuals that I just don't see being implemented in a lot of new stuff. And
Problem is most
I mean-
of the villains are trash.
What do you mean, bro?
I don't know about
Bro,
that.
they're going on this big like the one season where they're going on a giant like cross
Race.
country thing.
Steel
to
Ball
try to-
Run.
Yeah, and all these people that they were fighting, their powers were stupid or really weak when they made them seem like they're really strong, and they were just like 1v1ing people no problem. The only guy that I thought was cool was the guy that gambled. table. I can't remember.
Are you talking about part 3?
I was gonna
But-
say, so if we're going on part 3, that means what is that, Davy Senior?
Yeah, it was just I don't know. Like I just for the most
It's-
part, I felt like the villains just weren't that great, or the plot wasn't there.
I don't know though, because I think of Dio, and I put Dio as like #1 all-time best
For
antagonist.
real, bro. He's generational, literally.
Like, I mean, I don't know how even Frieza. Like Frieza can be a troll for the whole Dragon Ball series, but like he hasn't like. Yeah, I mean, I guess he has influenced enough of the universe to be what it is, but I don't know. Like, I would honestly say Dio is more of a
thrown
pain.
away.
Huh?
Frieza should have been thrown away. They should have never resurrected him.
I mean, it was like they tried to, and I don't know. It's one of those things where you get like, I can only imagine the writers with the fan mail, just like, bring Frieza back.
Yeah.
We want to see
I think
Frieza.
Frieza's one of the best resurrections.
If you guys noticed,
I think it would have been so hard if they made Cooler canon and he came through and wrecked shit.
Can't argue that.
There's no way they couldn't have been like, oh yeah, I've been training at the edges of the universe, waiting until my brother died. Now I'm taking over. Like,
You know what would have been kind of cool, I think? This is just like a side break off, but I always kind of wanted to see them resurrect King Vegeta, like Vegeta's dad, and then him have to now fight his dad because he's like essentially focused on saving Earth. But it wouldn't make sense because Vegeta's way stronger than his dad ever was now.
I think Dragon Ball needs to change up the status quo. They need to make some regular shit not so regular.
So this is kind of a controversy. I feel like they should have ended the whole like Vegeta and Goku thing, like, and then went into the video game storyline where it was Trunks and Goten like doing the
Well-
the fixing time. Like there was like time distortions, and then they
Well,
could have
see-
had like Trunks and Goten going back and like fixing
the timeline.
this isn't how this fight was supposed to happen. You know, like Vegeta was supposed to like die to Frieza, but somehow in that verse he didn't die, and something was just like going wrong, and they had to fix it. Like if they would have went into this whole like time training academy type thing, and it would have kind of gave it like a restart instead of it always just being like, we need more power. We're Super Saiyan God Blue. Now we're gonna be Super Saiyan God Ultra Max. Like it's just like
I
So essentially
definitely
you wanted like a Boruto with Goten and Trunks.
yeah, just better than Boruto.
bro, why you phrase it like that?
Just way better.
Am I wrong though? I'm just talking because I'm not gonna. I wanted to see after Super, it would have been perfect because they were already on the island. They already could have had like. I mean, imagine Gohan training them to be like Goku and Vegeta. Not to mention the new universe or what is it, Destroyer of the Universe, being Goku and then being Vegeta and then the Angel being Goku. That would have been sick, I think. But it is what it is. You know, I agree. That would have been a really good spinoff, and they could have just let Goku and Vegeta die low key. Not die, but like be background characters, more like almost like Boruto, you know? Huh?
I wish they would have did the fan theory of like Goku becoming like an angel in training or whatever, and Goku becoming or Vegeta being the god of destruction, and then we focus on Goten and Trunks. I hate time travel storylines. I really do.
I can't argue that. I mean, well, once you start getting into time travel, everything's pointless. I mean, that's kind of what happened with Rick and Morty. And I mean, not hating on Rick and Morty, it's still really popular. Just to kind of break.
I mean, that was the point of Rick and Morty, at least.
Yeah,
the whole
just
point
kind of
was
menial
none of it
nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, menial nonsense.
The thing about it though is I feel like it would have been good for nostalgic people for
Oh, it
Dragon
would've
Ball
been-
because the way the like video games work, they're fixing problems of like from their parents. So like, say they would start
Well, it was
back
all
from when
fights that people wanted to see.
Yeah, so like they would basically make a show where they go through what the video games went through, and then maybe when they caught up fully, they could have just been on like their own like journey.
I mean, I'm not saying it would have been bad. I'm telling you right now, I would have binged the shit out of that series, but I just don't like the time travel aspect.
You guys ever see Pokemon
Well, what
Chronicles?
that would have done, it would have made it pointless to play the games if they did that. What were you saying?
You ever see Pokemon Chronicles?
Yes, actually, and that's kind of why that's why it made my list because I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, dude, if they and not to mention they really kind of hinted that they're gonna do more of like a not like a kids show version of Pokemon, but it's like, I mean, imagine like War with Pokemon, you know what I mean? Almost like an AOT thing, but like there's a lot you could, and if we're thinking about the movies and what they've been doing with like Detective Pikachu and shit,
Yeah.
like there's a lot they could do with it. It's just
Discovery Channel Pokemon. I fuck with it.
No, I'm just saying because
I don't
like
know, dude.
Chronicles is basically what Rainen was saying they should do for Dragon Ball Z, and not saying it's not a good idea because I would fuck with that too, and I do think it's a good idea. But that should only lasted a season for Pokemon, so I'm not sure how well it would for the other people. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it
Was
would.
it because
Go ahead.
my fault? I didn't mean to cut you off. It was I truly didn't know though. Did it not do like did it only do a season because like it didn't do well following wise, or did it only do a season because that's what they like approved to do?
Didn't do well following wise. If they would have had better numbers, they would have focused more on like Tracy and all the other people. But people wanted to see Ash, and that's why he's 10 years old forever. And I wonder if the same thing would be the case with Goku. And I almost think it would be because I know Akira Toriyama was trying to let Goku die off during the Cell games and have Gohan take over during the Buu saga, but that never happened.
They should let him do it.
Huh?
They should have let him do it.
I mean, I don't know
He
if it
knows
was.
the character. That was a good time for Goku to go.
I'm not going to disagree.
Huh?
If I remember right, didn't they try that? Like they tried to get rid of him.
tried
It
it.
was like
People. That's what he was saying. People were demanding Goku come back, so he didn't. He didn't do it.
that's what I mean, and like I don't know. That's why it's hard for me to include like. But I guess that does make sense for why it made Big 3 originally, because I mean people just could not let go. It was the same thing with Naruto, kind of.
It was, bro. Niggas hate Boruto because of Naruto. Like they love Naruto so much, it makes them hate his son because they're like, why can't you just be what I want you to be? And it's like, nigga, I'm something totally different.
No. I'm one of those people you talk about. We hate Boruto because series is trash.
That's coming from someone who hasn't actually watched the show or read the manga, guys. Just so you know.
I have watched the show. What are you talking about?
What's episode 34?
I don't know.
Wow.
Episode
By
34.
episodes,
Watch it again.
though?
No, I'm just
Episode
joking.
34
By
is the Naruto.
episodes, though?
Hold on, bro. Let me pull up
No,
Google. I got you.
I watched Boruto, and I keep up with the manga on YouTube because I love the universe of Naruto, and I want to see how it grows. I just hate everything they do. It's stupid every time. And the worst part is they didn't have to upscale the power. Boruto is a child. It could have easily went back to getting missions, a difficult ninja rising in the world. We didn't have to Naruto and Sasuke until big fights. But now the only fights people care about have Naruto and Sasuke in them. It sucks. It's a terrible
And it's
series.
always against some type of demigod. That's the
It's a
problem that I
fucking
have with the
stupid
original.
alien. Bro.
Like
Alien.
I was adamantly against the whole Kaguya line thing. Like I was perfectly fine with Madara being the final big bad.
Yeah. Well,
But
they had to bring aliens to compare to Dragon Ball because it was. You got to think that was the other thing was everyone wanted to do the battle fights where Naruto versus Goku.
Yep.
Not saying that they're able to fight each other or anything. I'm just saying like people that was the thing for a fat little minute. Like everyone wanted to see Naruto beat Goku somehow.
Bro. People have some sort of
And
fascination about it.
the thing that irritates me, spoilers for Boruto, when he fuses with Momoshiki and they do the whole, he's got this evil inside of him that he can't let out ever, and he's got to control it. They literally had that with Kurama. They could have, for any reason at all, split Kurama in Naruto, gave Boruto half, and now he's this fucking violent fox against the village. That would have been hard as fuck. Have him fight his dad, and for some reason start getting on his level. Maybe Naruto's getting a whole lot weaker. You can give him a fucking chakra sickness, like they gave Itachi. Like they could have did many things with the characters we actually like, and they just brought in Alien.
Well, would probably hate it, but
Yeah.
I think that Naruto and Sasuke should have died in their final fight against each other.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
Yeah.
And then Shikamaru became the Hokage.
I would have hated Naruto for that.
Their final like clash that they did, they should have just both died.
So I feel too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That would have been good, and it would have made sense for Boruto. Well, maybe not for Naruto to have a kid, but like it would have made sense for a sequel series. Because the thing that bothered me about Naruto was it was like they did all that whole story to bring peace into the universe, right? And that was the whole point of the Great War. Like, okay, we all fuck with each other. Don't come at me crazy. Y'all don't come at me crazy. And that was like the end. Then out of nowhere, they're like bringing more fights because of aliens. That I couldn't get with it. I'm like, bro, just let the series die if you don't have any original ideas.
So they could have definitely did something where like Naruto and Sasuke died,
Naruto,
and then they still would have had to like rebuild because I mean parts of the world were just completely like eviscerated. I mean, people just because they fought together doesn't mean that there's still every single person in the entire world is going to be 100% for being together, and they could have just like flash forward to like Shikamaru and them having kids and all that stuff, and they could actually make Konohamaru actually nice for once. But
See, 'cause that was
it's just
that was my
I don't know.
no, because that was my whole thing. Is it's just literally like the only like essentially them living gave them the reason to overseer to make sure everything stayed okay. Not to mention like I mean it was kind of like the pain fight where Naruto's everyone's hero because he saved her. Well, now he's the hero because he saved the whole freaking world. You know what I mean? I don't know. For them to have to make a whole new series and recreate conflict, that to me didn't make sense. I don't know. It was hard for me to watch it.
And I felt like it didn't. Naruto never needed a series. They could have, or sequel. They could have did what happens after Naruto dies, because being an Uzumaki with the Nine Tails, he's probably gonna live a long time, so he'll die after Sasuke. And they could have did how that fractures the world and more like that. But it never needed a sequel. It needed a prequel. It's got all this history unexplored and untouched, and everyone's always interested in. All the web novels or the graphic novels always do so well. We
You're
should have just
not
did a prequel.
wrong, bro.
A prequel would have been cool because everyone wanted to see
I wanna-
Minato.
Exactly. And Kakashi's dad, the White Fang. But I want to pivot before we wrap this up. I want to get into honorable mentions, anime, not for like numbers or impact or whatever, but like something
Chainsaw
you
Man.
really love that you want it to be, that you want everybody else to love. So
Tokyo
my two
Revengers.
honorable mentions is Hell's Paradise, one of the best anime of this year. No one can tell me otherwise. And To Your Eternity, not well known enough.
Yeah, I haven't heard of either of those, to be honest with you.
I
Your
think
Eternity is
Paradise,
really good.
but I've not watched it.
To Your Eternity is like generationally good. Like if you haven't seen To Your Eternity, you got to do yourself a favor.
And you said okay, because I'm looking at Crunchyroll's most popular.
They should
show.
be on there. Hell's Paradise.
It is. It's actually fourth row down, right next to Hell's Paradise, To Your Eternity.
Fire.
And what's funny is right next to those two is Naruto Shippuden.
Yep. And Hell's Paradise is like it's not like Naruto at all, but you'll see the elements in it when you watch it.
I'll have to check it out. 'Cause I'll add to my list now that I'm looking at it.
So like I did my list a little different, where I didn't make two separate lists. I kind of made a progression list. So like I feel like after the big three, there wasn't much going on in the anime community. It was kind of getting stagnant. And then in 2013, when AOT dropped, that's when like I feel like that fire got like relit. Like yeah, the average anime watchers that are keeping up with it, like we're just keeping up with their shows. But I feel like AOT really hit the ground. I personally didn't like the show at all. I felt like it was one of the animes that I watched because it was so freaking overhyped to me. I mean, every single
That's
person,
how I
this is
feel
the
about
best
Free Rent.
thing ever written. Oh, like I'm just like, all right, I gotta watch it because every single person I've ever seen online talking about it, or my friends talking about it, all say it's one of the best shows I've ever watched, read. And I'm like, all right, and then it just didn't hit me. Like I just did not see the appeal. But
It's actually crazy because
2013.
I've heard people who don't watch anime say that was one of the best shows they've ever seen in their life. Not even capping.
It's a lot of new anime fans' first anime.
And that
Been a
might be
lot.
why they like it, because that's their first. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then like 2016
No, well, I would
is when
admit-
My Hero hit. So My Hero is very easy to like digest. Like I said, the animation's super flashy, and then people just like have cool quirks. So like you're gonna get attached to people with certain quirks that you might want in real life. And then
My Hero also came at the surge of the comic book era. Like Marvel was doing great when My Hero came out.
And then I have on my list, like I said, I have Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer. But Jujutsu Kaisen came out before Demon Slayer. But I feel like maybe the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen didn't hit as hard. So then when Demon Slayer came out, like it really took people first. But I feel like it ended first. So then Jujutsu Kaisen kind of made its comeback. And then I didn't know if you guys wanted to talk about this at all before we close out. I actually wrote down what I expect for future, like big threes, or what I feel like is gonna pop off in the future, because I feel like we've been seeing a high uptick in people really like isekai anime. So
That's
I
facts.
do see
That
in
is
the
true.
next
I mean,
5,
Sword
10
Art
years,
Online.
the next 5-10 years, I see a lot of animes popping up, like Reincarnated as a Slime.
I think Isekai is dead.
I don't think so. I think it's definitely gonna. There's so many isekais now, bro. There's isekais about like being reincarnated as a freaking spider in a fridge. And
Vending machine.
It's one of my favorite genres. I love to go on to anime websites, just put in Isekai as the filter and watch some basic Isekai shit. I love the genre, but I don't think it has that enough mainstream appeal. I do think Isekai coming back will be big. Like you said, the slime anime. As soon as that comes back, it's going to go massive because the story is going to get crazy. But other than, like, I don't think a new Isekai is going to do it again. I think Shonen is taking it. Like JJK, that's going to be the standard. Demon Slayer, that's going to be the standard.
I put money on it
That's
that
my-
Isekai will, bro. Because for real, I've been seeing that they have it also. And not that I like them, but the sheer number of isekais are outnumbering
That
the.
are coming out.
Yeah, bro.
I think
And
that works against it though. That
Huh?
works against it because because they're recycling the same idea over and over again, and like 3 of them are innovating at a time. I don't think that works for their favor. Like the really good isekai will stick out, but I don't think they're gonna go mainstream.
I agree, but I feel you.
See, can we consider Tokyo Revengers as an isekai? Because I'll admit that, I mean, it's
No.
kind of dead now.
It's time.
No.
That's time travel.
Yeah, definitely not an isekai.
Isekai is when you like wake up in a new world, isn't it?
Yeah, like
Yes,
you
it
get
is.
hit by
You woke up in the same world.
Sama.
Inuyasha is an isekai.
Whoop! See, I
Because she
guess-
goes
I guess
down
time
the
travel. It's an entirely different universe. Yeah, I guess I can see that. Because part of me is like Doctor Stone and isekai, like.
time travel.
But see, that's a
Yeah,
different
time
world.
travel.
I feel like. But that's true.
I
That is
mean,
true. I'll give it.
At that point, we're quibbling on what's different, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong.
Did anyone else have a list that they didn't mention, or an honorable mention that they didn't mention?
Tokyo Revengers. I feel like it should have been watched a lot more.
I feel for me the underrated is Apothecary Diaries. I like.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it that good? I keep looking at it and I don't ever watch it.
I personally really like it. It's like subtle drama. You know what I mean? It's not like there's not like a whole bunch of battles and fights going on, but it's just like the inner workings of Japanese culture or how things were back in the day, and then also it does have drama of like people trying to kill people for power and like poisoning and all that kind of stuff. I just finished watching it and I really enjoyed every single episode of it. So
I was surprised they got a second season, and then I saw it online getting mentioned a bunch, so I'll give it a shot. Anybody else?
yeah,
You good, bro?
If there's anything I have to say at this point, it's that Pokemon. You guys hear it now. Come out with a new series. Do like a Mystery Dungeons like in series or something. I think that'd be cool. Or like a Pokemon Ranger series. I feel like that'd be tight too.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I think they did do in like 2010 they did do a Mystery Dungeon series on TV. I can try and find a link and send it to you, bro.
I thought they did too, because I swear it's like deep in my nugget somewhere. Like,
Bro,
it's
when I was a kid, I
really
used to go to the library, steal the fucking. This is the only thing I've ever stolen in my life. But I used to steal the little magazines that had the little exclusive Pokemon shit in it, and then I just ripped the pages out, put them in my drawers, went home. Read the
I used
fuck
to go
out.
to like Big Lots or like Kmart. I used to go to Kmart and read them things. I'd be playing Pokemon game. I'm like, man, I need to know what region this Pokemon's in. I can't afford that $20 booklet. My ass would go straight to
Pokemon.
Kmart, bro, with my Game Boy Color or DS, and I would sit there in the aisle, like looking through the book and doing what I need to do real quick until somebody kicked me out. Like,
Funny as fuck.
Fire.
Well, shit,
Nah, if you could send me that, that'd be dope. My
I
bad.
got you, man.
I think we've reached the natural end to this conversation.
Watch Tokyo Revengers. It's good.
Watch Hell's
They make better
Paradise.
content. All right, I'll watch it.
Make
I'll watch
sure
it.
they make more. You watch it and then tell everyone else to watch it.
243,000 views on Crunchyroll right now. Okay.
and then I think another big thing is gonna be up and coming is stuff like the assassination stuff. Like I know people like the Assassination Classroom when it came out, and then that new Assassination, Sakamoto Days was like a big talked about thing. Like
I'm
like
excited
that's-
for more Sakamoto Days.
I feel like stuff like that is more my speed now. Like I don't really care about it has fighting and stuff, but I don't need like the ultra power ups all the time and stuff like that. I like just kind of like the simplicity.
So I like Tokyo Revengers, dude, because it's literally
Yeah.
like it's relatable. It's like, yo, we can just box this out real quick, and I mean, it'll be something. The most craziest thing is bro decided to use a bottle instead of his fists.
I really like Tokyo Revengers. I just hate the main character. So annoying.
Yeah, he's annoying as shit. But I mean, to me, he was Naruto. Naruto was annoying as everything to me, dog.
But
I
also-
hated watching it sometimes.
If y'all didn't fully finish Tokyo Revengers, you can't truly appreciate Takamichi. That's all I got to say on that. And I'm like dead ass when I
You're
said,
not wrong. I do need to finish it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They haven't come out with any. They haven't animated anything new for it, have they?
nope. But y'all gonna be, whoo, y'all can't. All right, I'm gonna just end it, bro, because I'm gonna start yapping.
I'm really enjoying one last like I really have been enjoying the new series like Togen Anki.
What was it?
On it's called like Togen Anki on Netflix.
Togenaki.
Naki.
Yeah. So it's basically like a spin-off type version of like One Piece. Like there's people that are like born with like demon blood, and then there's people that like an organization that fights them. And the main character's technically like on the evil side, so it's kind of a spin. But they all have like different abilities that they can like manipulate their blood. It's kind of hard to describe, but I've been really enjoying this.
Sounds like Gaijikuten almost, or Gaijakuta, or whatever they call it.
Or like another version of maybe Jujutsu Kaisen, except for instead of like curse techniques, like they're actually using their demon blood powers.
I miss Dead Man Wonderland.
I'm not
I
into
could go
either
for a
of those.
One Punch Man spin-off where it's just nothing but zombie man adventures.
Oh, I was gonna say Mob Psycho, bro. Mob Psycho is actually pretty good too. It almost
Mob
I wanted to
Psycho is
put it on my
incredible.
list. It's just not enough people know about it. It hasn't impacted enough, and it was just one of those things. I'm like, it can't make the list. I love
Yeah,
it
one
though.
of those
Y'all should
things.
watch it. If you haven't watched Mob Psycho, you should watch it. It's pretty fucking.
I'm not gonna lie. If you don't know what Mob Psycho is, I don't consider you a fan of anime.
Damn.
You don't have to
That's
like
crazy.
it, but if you don't know what it is, I don't think you're a fan.
What are your guys' opinions on Black Clover? Because I feel like I hear a lot of people talk about it, but I don't know.
Low
I
mid.
do love it, but I don't get people's criticism of Asta. Because
It's really
all I ever
annoying,
hear about
isn't it?
people, the only thing I ever hear from people that don't like it is Asta yells too much. Okay, and like he went out of his way as somebody with no magic and busted his ass off every day training. Whether like he had magic or not, he was gonna be. But people like Deku, who didn't have a quirk, right? And
Yeah.
this dude didn't do any training at all or anything until All Might like went to go take him under his wing. So this dude was basically just like walking through life hoping to get handed some type of like power or like some type of chance to be a hero, whereas like Asta took actual initiative to build up his strength every single day, like make that weird magic juice that he would drink to try to give himself magic. Like
Now, I hear what you're saying, but that doesn't make it good. That shit's still ass because it comes with the basic process of same thing as My Hero. Same reason that's ass. Oh, everyone has this, but the main character doesn't, and he's still the strongest. That shit corny as fuck to me. Like,
Why is that corny?
it's corny because it's overdone. And honestly, some of the best ones don't even do that. Like, Bleach definitely didn't do
If
that.
you look,
Huh?
come on.
I personally think that's better than, hey, we have this main character and we're gonna give him a super overpowered demon that lets him clutch win every situation that he's in. I
You're
would
not
rather have,
wrong.
like the Rock Lee type that are actually like winning based off of their merits and like.
But
that
isn't this,
just-
isn't this just different ways a character has to get it out the mud?
I
Like
think
isn't
the
the
biggest-
point of the shonen characters like they have to struggle and strive, and at that last moment they find whatever it is that pushes them through? Like the point.
Yeah, and I think the biggest problem that most anime are coming up with now is that I say this all the time. People disagree, but anime is too short now. Like most animes are way too short.
Yes.
I agree.
Like and they jump in power level too hard. So like for example, My Hero, you went from like okay, these guys are in their first year of high school or whatever, and they're just learning how to use their powers and stuff. And then next thing you know, people are rocking up with fucking end game no move. Like and yeah, like All Might
Right.
has to fight them, but at the same time, like I just feel like it jumps. The power
I
jump
agree.
is too high. Where somewhere like My Hero, if they would have took maybe 5 more seasons, they could have showed Deku like really, or all of them really like learning how to actually use their powers, and like Deku could have unlocked one quirk and then like unlocked another quirk. Like not, I feel like it all just happened so fast.
Yeah, I think a good example of this is Invincible. That was not an anime, but is like if you go to the beginning of the show to the newest episode now. I'm not gonna spoil anything. If you go through it and you watch Mark, there's a certain satisfaction in seeing that character you like start out consistently pissing you off to suddenly be able to be on that level. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, I watched him earn this. He's that now.
My
Whereas
Hero has
instead of-
that issue.
Yeah, a lot of anime just go, oh, we did a training arc. Now we're up.
It was JJK though, and that shit was hard though.
That way, it makes sense
See-
for JJK though. That's the genius with that show because like
I
power level or not is all what is it, talent.
See, but
And I
feel
absolutely
like-
hate Fairy Tail, right? But they did one of the best training arcs I've ever seen, where like they disappeared for that 2 years, and then when they came back, or they were like time frozen, they came back and they were weaker than everybody. Like they were like put in that chronostasis type shit because Agro would get like attacked, and that was their only way to like save themselves. And then they come back 2 years later, and like everybody in their guild, they went from being the top dogs in their guild to being weakest. So it was kind of like nice to see that type of change too. Whereas, yeah, everybody else, it's like 1 minute you're just now learning how to use your powers, and then the next minute you're fighting fighting end game level threats.
You know what it is? It's because anime is so expensive to make now. You have to have a banger in 12 episodes or less, or we're not going to give you the money.
Yeah, and the first episode has to draw enough people.
Yep.
Tyree, I know this is your
forward to start slow like those old anime.
Tyree. I know this is your thing, but I would like to say we've reached that mark.
That's perfect. I'm on 2% right now. I need to end it.
Oh no. Whoa.
You want to give an ending, or you want to figure that out later in like post production?
Yeah, we can do a later ending. I do want to ask y'all in case my phone dies. I'm thinking the next topic is simple anime versus complex anime, which is better. Is that a good topic?
I think that's a great topic.
All right.
We did-
I'm not gonna
I'm
put a date
definitely
on it.
on the
or
simple
anything. You said you'd be on the simple side.
100%.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I like complex. I would definitely be on the complexity side.
I think it's a great topic that we can.
Because JoJo's.
It
Yeah,
could go either way, obviously. This is why I wanted to discuss it.
Keith. One thing I'm gonna say real quick. You ever seen Kotaro Lives Alone?